What's happening is Man United look like they're going to get a new manager.
First and foremost, how do you feel?
I feel very well, thank you. How are you?
He's the right man?
About him? Yeah, I do actually. I do.
I might as well turn it to you and just ask you all the questions. As you
can do that. You can do that. But people don't want to hear from me. They want to hear you're the ex-pro. You're the one with the views.
I want to hear about you. For that 3 minutes, you.
Okay.
So Ten Hag is the right man for you?
Why
right
do your eyebrows sort of get closer together when you ask a question?
You. Yeah, so you think he's the right man for the job?
I do think he's the right man for the job. I think he's a young. I think he plays attractive football. He's successful with Ajax, won the league a couple of times. I think for Manchester United, it's not just about, as I said there, getting back to winning ways, but playing the kind of football that the United have been crying out for. Maybe possibly going back to the 4-4-2, but either way, free-flowing football, attacking football, fast-paced football, counter-attacking football. And United fans haven't had that for a long time. You and I had a discussion yesterday about,
Simeone.
And that's not the kind of manager United need. I think they need a manager that's going to be young enough to stay at the club for a few years, not 25. That sort of thing doesn't happen anymore. But I think it's a big building process. I was thinking about this on the way in, actually.
You've got a lot of moving parts.
Well, Ronaldo, Cavani, they're going to be moving on soon.
Pogba, out of contract.
Pogba's, I think, he's gone, right? You've got question marks over Harry Maguire. Maybe the new manager can come in.
Phil Jones is still there. He'll probably go.
Right. Yeah, I thought you were asking me this question.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You've got Fred, who I think's turned into a different player over the last 6 months. You've got McTominay. I'm still not sure about whether or not he's going to be good enough for a Premier League winning side. There's lots of question marks. I think the new manager coming in is going to have to build a newish team. I'd like to think he's going to get quite a lot of money to spend as well. There's an article in one of the papers today about supposedly his shopping list, which had Calvin Phillips on. I don't think that a Leeds player will go to Man United. We've seen it before, but I don't think it will happen. Declan Rice is on the list, obviously. McGinn, is it John McGinn at Aston Villa? Yeah. Good player, I like him. You've got, who else is on that list? I wrote it down. Harry Kane's on the list, obviously, as well.
Wow.
So, listen, these are all the normal names. But, I think, listen, this manager coming in, whoever it is, if it's Ten Hag, I think he's got more pressure on him coming in than any other manager before him since Fergie left.
Not David Moyes?
More than David Moyes, because when David Moyes came in, if he didn't win anything for the first year, United fans will be okay, but we won the league last year, so we're okay. But now United, we're getting to 10 years. Next year will be 10 years since we last won the league. So the expectation levels have grown again tenfold. So I think when this manager comes in, and also it's got to be the right appointment. We can't sack him in a year. We cannot sack this manager, whoever it is, in a year. We have to give him time.
So are you more happy with this than the Pochettino?
Depends who signs on the. I'll be over the moon with whoever.
No.
I told you, Man United pay really well. Would I be happy with Ten Hag more than Pochettino? I know what Pochettino's about, and I still think there's question marks over whether or not he can step up to the next level. And that level is turn a team into a side that win the Championship, turn a team that win the Champions League. I don't know if he's got that.
Yeah, I'm probably with you on that. I like Ten Hag. Obviously, everyone talks really highly about him as a good coach. I've spoken to a number of people, and this would be something new because apparently someone said to me that he's never bought a player before since he's been at Ajax. Apparently, they buy the players for him, and he's just got to coach them because he's a really, really good coach. And this would be different if he's the one now in charge of transfers, bringing the players in, or Manchester United are going to go that route of someone like a football director, sporting director.
Well, there's talk of Jaap Stam coming. There's talk of Ruud van Nistelrooy coming as well.
So maybe these guys buying the players and then he just coaching them. That might be the case. But no, I'm with you. I think if you want to get the best and start building, you've got to give somebody time. Now there will be, of course, ups and downs. You've just got to ride it out. If this is the guy that you choose, he's young enough, as you said there. He's a good coach. He's going to build this Manchester United team. If things start to get really, really bad and rocky after 6-7 months, you've just got to stick with him. If it be 1 year, stick with him. Give him the time to kind of get his philosophies across, get the players out the door he wants, get the ones he wants in, and then you start to judge him. But if you're going to just get him in, doesn't go to plan, you're not challenging City and Liverpool next season, then get rid of him. Don't do that.
No, I've never felt, with all the managers they've got in since Fergie, I've never felt like I do with this one, that it has to be the right decision. This one has to work, right? They can't afford for it to go wrong. It has to work, whoever this manager is, be it Ten Hag.
But time, that takes time.
Yeah, I know it does. But he's got to build. He's got to, question marks over Wan-Bissaka.
But what happens to Ralph Rangnick then? Because obviously he was supposed to move upstairs.
It depends what you read. The reports say he's going to do 4 days a month or 6 days a month.
Well, what does that do?
I know, but then there's other reports saying that there's another, I think a club in, is it America or China that's interested? I can't remember, but another club will be interested in taking him away.
It is a really interesting process. And if I'm a United fan, he comes in, one thing he does do, he plays really exciting football. You have to say that, Ten Hag. I like the philosophy, because to be fair, being a coach at Ajax, you learn the game differently. The way that they play, obviously they are all about the brand of football and how it looks. So obviously coming to United, he'll bring an exciting brand of football. But as you said, I think the most important thing here is you have to give somebody time. You can't, not every club can be Chelsea. Where Chelsea, and I don't know what's going to happen to them, by the way, moving forward, but certainly under the Abramovich reign, things are not going well for 6-7 months, out you go, next one comes in, he wins something. Oh, it's only been a year, don't matter, things are going wrong, get him out, not everyone can do it, it's not a conveyor belt. But I think if Manchester United want to go their traditional route, which is having someone at their helm for a long time, you have to give Ten Hag time. Because right now, he's not going to go in next season, I don't care what anyone says, whoever they get in, and beat Liverpool or Manchester United, and even to some degree Chelsea, to the Premier League title. It just doesn't happen.
Beat Manchester United to the title.
I mean, to Manchester City. It just doesn't happen like that.
No.
It's going to have to take time.
Maybe 2 or 3 years to build that championship winning side.
Maybe.
And that's not a long time when you think where Liverpool and Man City currently are.
No, it's not a long time, but I expect them two clubs to get better and better as well. So
yeah,
and Chelsea will get better and better.
So do I. Do you think that when that new manager comes in, if it is Ten Hag, do you think that they have to literally give him an open checkbook and say, here's £300 million? I know United keep spending money, but eventually, but there are players out there that I would like to think if you get them to the club, they will turn your club into a side that can compete. And those players are the obvious names, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice and so on. Do you think that they will give him, or whoever it is, an open checkbook?
I think they'll give him a lot of money to some degree, but I think equally as important, you can't just stockpile players. I think if he wants to bring in 4 or 5, you've got to get rid of 2 or 3. You have to. And the likes of, listen, I like Phil Jones, but I think you'd say his time's probably up. Eric Bailly.
But no one's going to pay what Phil Jones is on.
I know, but then he might have to Man United might have to pay some of it to get him to go. People like Jones, Eric Bailly, Lindelof. I mean, there's 3 there. You said there question marks about Wan-Bissaka. Lingard's got to go. Pogba.
He's going.
Pogba's got obviously on free contract. You've got Ronaldo, Cavani. You've also got the situation with Rashford. What do you do with Rashford now? I'm pretty sure one of the first things he will do will be to have a conversation with Rashford. Maybe ask him what's going on, what are your thoughts, and then assess it from there. So there's another question mark. So that's 9 players there.
It's a big job, isn't it?
It's a big job.
I think it's the biggest job any manager has had at Old Trafford since Fergie left. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because this is probably, I mean, I don't watch Manchester United as much as you, but would you say that the state of the club right now is probably the worst it's been in a long time?
I don't know if the state of the club, I mean, when LVG had it, some of the players that came to Old Trafford and the style of football we weren't playing weren't great. And then when Jose was there...
He won a couple of trophies, though.
Yeah, he did, but it was boring to watch.
I know you said it, but it's about being successful.
But Jose was terrible at Man United.
So would you have rather him not gone then, you win not them trophies?
Well, no, because I'm looking back at it now. I don't have it currently. But Jose at the club should never have happened, and it should never happen again at any club.
Ten Hag, I like him.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. United fans, are you? We're doing this for 10 minutes, then we're moving on, but I'm excited about it. I think it's the biggest appointment United have made and will make since Fergie left in 2013. 03717 22 33 44.